Enchanted toilets, frozen Easter eggs, and shirtless scenes are just some of the deleted scenes and rejected concepts from Disney's live-action Beauty and the Beast. Yippee-ki-yay movie lovers, it's Jan here, and in this video I'm going to reveal some of the scenes and ideas that were cut from 2017's Beauty and the Beast movie. Just before I start, I'm giving away a second copy of this amazing Disney hardback book from DK, which is loaded with behind-the-scenes artwork, photos, and information about Disney's live-action and animated movies. For a chance to win, all you have to do is subscribe and leave a comment about the new Beauty and the Beast movie or the deleted scenes on this video. And for bonus ways to enter, check out the Gleam link in the video description below. A quick warning, there will be spoilers in this video, so just be aware of that, or you can watch my spoiler-free review here and come back after you've seen the movie. When I interviewed Beauty and the Beast director Bill Condon, he told me all about a funny deleted scene that involved Lefou and a new enchanted character called Monsieur Toilette, and which took place during the battle between the enchanted objects and the villagers at the Beast's castle. If you recall, leading up to the battle, Lefou had already begun to question his allegiance to Gaston, and in the deleted scene he opens one of the castle's doors to hide away from the fighting. Unfortunately for Lefou, behind this particular door is an enchanted bathroom, and Monsieur Toilette attacks him, drenching him with water. Later, when the household objects change back to human form, Monsieur Toilette, who's played by Stephen Merchant, feels disgusted that he's had to spend 10 years as an enchanted toilet, and he shares another funny moment with Josh Gad's Lefou. Director Bill Condon explained that the Monsieur Toilette scene was cut both for time and also because the humour was considered a bit lowbrow in comparison to the rest of the scene. The battle scene also had other moments cut, including one where the enchanted stove attacks the village lasses, which is what the Bimbettes were called in the live-action movie. And just before the battle, Gaston rallies the villagers with the rousing mob song. As well as some altered lyrics, you might have noticed that there's a section of the song missing from the theatrical release. You can listen to the missing lyrics by Luke Evans, Josh Gad and the villagers on the official soundtrack, but the deleted section is from a scene on the way to the castle where the mob creep past the wolves singing, "We don't like what we don't understand. In fact, it scares us, and this monster is mysterious at least." Bill Condon was sad to cut this scene as it was so beautiful, but explained that it ended up downplaying the tension of the moment and was also cut for time. Given how incredibly popular Disney's animated Beauty and the Beast movie is, and the fact that it won 2 Oscars for its music, it seems unbelievable that early in development the studio wanted to completely overhaul the story and cut out all the songs. Apparently at the time the studio wanted to go in a similar direction to the 2012 movie Snow White and the Huntsman, which starred Kristen Stewart. It wasn't until the huge success of Frozen in 2013 that Disney realised there was enormous potential in a musical remake. However, the studio was still unsure and wanted to do just half the songs from the original movie. Director Bill Condon, who has a strong musical background with films like Chicago and Dreamgirls, refused to take on the project until Disney recognised that a full-on musical was the best approach. I absolutely love Alan Menken and Howard Ashman's songs from the 1991 film, so I'm really glad that the studio did come to its senses and go for a proper musical movie in the end, and even added some new songs by Menken and Tim Rice. Speaking of music and live-action remakes of Disney movies, it'll be interesting to see just how much music actually makes it into the live-action version of Mulan, as director Nicky Caro first said there wouldn't be any songs, but later said there will be music. When I interviewed Emma Watson and Dan Stevens about the movie, they explained that there were plans for a scene involving Belle where she convinced Beast to convert his vast personal library into a public space or public library. Belle wanted to open up the knowledge to the whole world, and it was also going to be a place where she could combine her passion for books and teaching and educating others, much as we see her do at the beginning of the movie. Emma Watson said she was gutted when the public library idea didn't make it into the final film, but according to Dan Stevens, there wasn't room for it in the shape of the final story. There's also a picture of a deleted scene between Belle and the beggar woman Agatha, who's the enchantress in disguise, and this scene looks like it probably happened early in the movie. By the way, if you'd like to discover all the secrets of the new live-action Enchantress, then tap in the top right of the screen to check out my video. There's a wonderful moment in the original movie where Lefou gets covered in snow like a snowman outside Belle's house. Josh Gad, who plays Lefou and is the voice of Olaf the snowman in Frozen, says he begged Bill Condon to include the scene in the live-action movie as it's such a great Easter egg and in-joke for Disney fans. Sadly, the scene never made it into the final film, perhaps because it wouldn't have fit into the new version because there was no need for Lefou to spy on Belle's house as he did in the animation. In the final transformation scene where Beast turns back into the prince, Dan Stevens reportedly filmed scenes where he was shirtless and rose up from a layer of rose petals, rather different then to a shirtless scene in the horror thriller The Guest. During Beauty and the Beast test screenings though, it was felt that the way the scene was shot made it look like Dan Stevens was perhaps fully naked, so the scene ended up being cut. And Luke Evans explained that the moment in the original animation where Gaston reveals that every last inch of him is covered with hair was also cut because it wasn't considered family friendly enough. Now I'd love to know what you thought about the deleted scenes which didn't make it into the final movie, and is there anything from the original film you wish had been included? Don't forget to comment and subscribe for your chance to win a second copy of this awesome Disney hardback book. And if you enjoyed this, I'd really appreciate your likes and shares, and you can tap or click here to watch more of my Beauty and the Beast videos, including my Disney theory video about the Enchantress and my video with Easter eggs and things you missed in the new movie. Thanks for watching and see you next time, yippee-ki-yay movie lovers!